Imagine that the person watching this video has already taken the first step to their success. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? But it really is. We all know that the road to success starts with small steps, and that's exactly why you're here. You may have already heard of Stoicism, but today I want to share with you one of its main principles. Don't pursue happiness. This may seem strange because we all want to be happy, right? But the Stoics teach us that the pursuit of constant happiness is a delusion. They tell us that happiness is unattainable if we always expect it. Instead, the Stoics suggest that we accept what happens in our lives and find ways to adapt to it. They teach us to be more flexible and resilient in the face of difficulties. It's as if we were speaking at an important meeting. Stay calm and collected. When we stop striving for constant happiness, we free ourselves from unnecessary pressure. We begin to appreciate every moment and find joy in the simple things. We realize that happiness may be temporary, but that doesn't make it any less valuable. Stoicism helps us accept the inevitable changes and take responsibility for our reactions to them. We stop blaming others and start looking for solutions. We become more independent and confident. So friends, let's try to apply Stoicism to our lives. Don't strive for happiness, but strive for wisdom and serenity. Accept what is happening in your life and find meaning in it. Be ready for change and take responsibility for your life. The desire to control all aspects of our lives can be a source of stress and frustration. Stoicism teaches you to accept situations and events as they are, without resistance or desire to change them. This doesn't mean you should become passive or indifferent, but rather learn to focus on what you can control, your thoughts and reactions. How do you do this? First, realize that some things lie beyond your control. For example, the weather, other people's opinions, or past events. Instead of wasting energy worrying about these things, focus on what you can change, your attitude toward them. Second, make your attitude toward events more formal and objective. Imagine yourself as a speaker at an important meeting. How would you approach problems or setbacks in that situation? You would probably remain calm, making decisions based on facts rather than emotions. Finally, practice mindfulness. Be in the present moment and pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. Notice when you begin to resist or seek to change something that lies beyond your control. Allow yourself to accept this and shift your attention to what you can control, your reactions and decisions. Learn to accept things as they are. Do this with the same formal tone as you would when speaking at an important meeting. Remember that some things lie beyond your control, but you can always control your attitude toward them. Be conscious and focus on what is really important. Second, make your attitude toward events more formal and objective. Imagine yourself as a speaker at an important meeting. How would you approach problems or setbacks in that situation? You would probably remain calm, making decisions based on facts rather than emotions. Finally, practice mindfulness. Be in the present moment and pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. Notice when you begin to resist or seek to change something that lies beyond your control. Allow yourself to accept this and shift your attention to what you can control, your reactions and decisions. Learn to accept things as they are. Do this with the same formal tone as you would when speaking at an important meeting. Remember that some things lie beyond your control, but you can always control your attitude toward them. Be conscious and focus on what is really important. So, what is Stoicism? It is a philosophy that teaches us to accept life situations as they are and not to let them have power over us. Instead of reacting emotionally to everything that happens around us, Stoics learn to be calm and reasonable. One of the basic tenets of Stoicism is to study life philosophically. This means that we should strive to learn from every experience and use it for our own growth and development. Whether an event is good or bad, we can find value and lessons in it. The Stoics also learned to approach life with formality and seriousness. They believed that every moment of life is important and should be met with dignity. So even if we are not in an important meeting, we can adopt this tone and treat our lives with respect. So friends, let's study life philosophically and become Stoics. Don't let emotions and situations control you. Learn from every experience and strive for constant growth. Remember that every moment of life matters and deserves your respect. One of the key aspects of Stoicism is honesty to ourselves and to others. This means that we must be sincere and not deceive ourselves or others. When we deceive ourselves, we create false expectations and illusions. For example, if we put off a task until the last moment and tell ourselves that we still have plenty of time, we are deceiving ourselves. As a result, we end up under a lot of stress and don't achieve the results we want. But when we are honest with ourselves and recognize that we need to act right now, we become more productive and successful. The same is true when dealing with other people. If we deceive others, we destroy trust and relationships. But when we tell the truth and keep our word, we build strong bonds and respect. Remember that no one is perfect, and sometimes we can make mistakes. It is important to be open to self-criticism and willing to learn from our mistakes. This will help us become better people and grow as individuals. It is important to remember, never deceive yourself or other people. Be honest, both to yourself and to those around you. This will help you achieve success, build strong relationships, and become a better person every day. Remember that death is inevitable, so don't waste time worrying about it. We all know that death is an integral part of our existence. It comes to each of us in its own time. That is why Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us not to fear or worry about it. Striving to understand and accept death helps us realize that our days here are limited. It reminds us that every moment has value and should be utilized to the fullest. We often waste our time with negative emotions, worry, and anxiety. But Stoicism teaches us to let go of those feelings and focus on what really matters. Why not use this time to pursue your goals, develop and improve yourself? Stoics teach us to accept what is out of our control and focus on what we can control, our inner state and reactions to the world around us. This frees us from dependence on external circumstances and allows us to live freely and happily. Stoicism is the ability to remain calm and composed in all situations. When faced with adversity, Stoics do not let it affect their emotions. They accept all events as an integral part of life and move on. It is important to remember that Stoicism does not mean the absence of emotions. We are all human and we have the right to feel. But Stoics have learned to control their reactions and not let their emotions rule them. When we are faced with problems or difficulties, it is important to remain calm and analyze the situation. Rather than panic or despair, we can approach the problem with equanimity and solve it logically. As if we were speaking at an important meeting, we can approach trouble formally and focus on solving it. We can ask ourselves, what can I do to make a difference, and take the necessary action. Of course, Stoicism is a process that takes practice. We won't always be able to immediately endure trouble without any emotion. But the more we practice Stoicism, the easier it will be for us to cope with difficulties. So let's develop Stoicism together and learn to endure trouble without losing our spirit. Remember that we can control our reactions and not let negative events define our lives. I hope this video has helped you understand the basics of Stoicism and inspired you to apply its principles to your life. Be a Stoic and live happily and confidently. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more philosophical and inspirational content. See you soon.